All right. Well, look, it's just your average Joe. It's Kitty, and we're about to go over our Moon Knight episode 1 spoiler review in just a second. All right. How you doing, Kitty? Everything good?
Good. How are you, Joe?
I'm good. I'm glad we're able to finally talk about a show. Finally, a Marvel show, a new one that's finally out. I mean, it almost came out a week ago, but we're finally talking about it. And then the new episode drop. New episode drops in just 2 days, so can't wait for that. What did you think of this episode, the first one?
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah,
I can't say anything bad about it. It was so dark and um gritty and enjoyable and funny and just it's just so good. And Isaac,
yeah,
he was so good. He was just so good. I can't say anything bad about it. I wanted more. I was kind of upset that I got one episode. Yeah.
I know. I know. I look with as limited as it is, and we're getting that with Obi-Wan. We're getting the first 2 episodes, but when you have a series that's 6 episodes, they give you more than one. It's just like, all right, it's good, for the greedy, but then, when you only got 4 weeks left of the series to talk about, it kind of sucks. But it's I think it was the perfect way to begin the series. I agree with you. Had a lot of good humor. I love Oscar Isaac. I think he does an excellent job as Stephen Grant. Um, and we get hints of Mark a little bit, which is cool.
Mhm.
But I liked it to wait till the very end for him to do the transformation.
Yeah.
But also too at the same time, whether you're comparing it to the reflections in the mirror in the bathroom, or all the other things that are happening in the series and in that episode, you still have that. Is this even happening? Is this even real anyway?
Right.
You don't know what's in his head, what's in his mind, or what's exactly happening. And that's another thing I like about this series.
Yeah, it's really great. I'm very interested in knowing if we do get the third like personality per se, like other than Mark and the Steven, you know what I mean? I
I
want
believe we will because we already there was already pictures of him. In fact, on the thumbnail, you have the three. You got Mark Spector, which I guess is in the just the regular Moon Knight costume. You got Stephen Grant, who's plain, and then you got Mister Knight, right? Who I don't know the persona. I should really know that. I'm sorry,
it's
but
Jake Lockley.
okay,
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mister Knight, and he's just dressed up in just like a white elegant kind of garment, suit or whatever, and just a regular like mask. I mean, again, it's on my thumbnail, so we should see him. In fact, because he was teased, I think in some set photos, not set photos of some behind the scenes photos and stuff.
Yeah.
So we
But
should definitely get that. And I can't wait for Layla to get introduced. We
yeah.
only got her on the phone.
Hmm.
Um, and hope and more of what we're gonna get from Ethan Hawke's character Arthur Harrow, because I mean, what a great way to open up the episode with him filling his sandals with glass and walking on it. And I'm only assuming, again, I don't know if that's why, but the first thing I thought of was um like a type of penance, some type of thing to do because of your sins. We've seen something sort of like that in not Da Vinci Code. I think it was Angels and Demons. Which one was I think it was Angels and Demons. You know what I'm talking about, the Da Vinci Code movies
Hmm.
where the guy like flogs himself and put gives inflicts pain on himself to penance for his sins. Some type of religious thing. That's what I thought of. I don't know if that's what you thought of when you saw that.
I thought it was just, that's kind of like his character inside of the comics where he's like, you know,
Walking
the
on
whole
glass.
like the whole pain thing, like
Okay.
he likes to inflict, like see how it gets, how far he can get his pain threshold. So he just stuck the glass in
Okay.
his
It
shoe.
could be
So
either one because remember he is killing people. I mean, he may not be physically doing it himself, but that whatever the thing is on his arm, the scale, which I guess measures either your soul or your moral compass. Uh, either spares you or takes your life. So I don't know again if that's just the balance that he puts on himself
Yeah.
to constantly keep himself in that moral compass. And like I said, I thought it was attrition, but it's not. I think that's with taxes. I can't think of the actual word. When you do that, there's another word other than penance that I just can't. Just it's eluded me. I can't get it. But I can't wait for the second episode. Like I said, the action literally started at the very end of the series. I mean, at the end of the episode, so it makes you, like you said, want more.
Hmm.
And I can only imagine what we're going to get in the next five.
Yeah. Did you
Can't
see
wait.
when he was going through his phone? It was like Layla, Duchamp.
Duchamp, yeah,
Yeah,
Duchamp,
I was
yeah,
like, oh, that's kind of a cool tie-in. I hope.
yeah.
Like, do we get his sidekick, or is that just
I
flashes that?
mean, yeah, I don't know because I don't know if that's just a cool nod or a cool Easter egg to the name in
Mm-hmm.
the phone, but who knows if that's actually gonna happen.
Yeah,
'Cause I was thinking the same thing.
yeah.
I mean, why put it in the phone?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, why put it in the phone? Like, why are we just gonna get that little tease if we're not gonna get anything? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. And
Yeah.
I love his British accent.
Oh God, he's great.
So
Like
good.
he's got that like the like that quirky like that old school like British accent. It's cute. I think it's great. He does really well with it. You know what I
when
mean?
when he's sitting at the steak dinner waiting for her and he's on the phone, he's like, "Oh, it's steak time. I'm here for steak." Because he fucking hates steak. It's just great. And then like when she's not coming, he finds out it's actually Sunday,
Hmm.
and he's just telling the guy, "Yeah, just give me this. Give me the best bit. Give me the
Yeah,
steak. Just give me the steak." And he's like, well, "What kind of cut do you want? How do you want it cooked?" "Yes, yes, very well, very well, good." Well,
he,
not even very well. He didn't use those words because that would be an actual way to answer that
yeah,
question. Very good, very good. Yeah,
yeah. He's
yeah.
just
No, I'll have that. Yeah, I'll have that.
yeah. It's great watching him do that. It's great. Like I was like pleasantly surprised because he's not a British actor, so when you
Yeah,
see him
no,
do it,
exactly.
it's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
And then
Yeah.
to finally get Mark's voice, because I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know if it was going to be American. I didn't know how it was going to sound, but it's him.
Hmm.
It's Oscar Isaac. So
Yeah.
I did like that. I like the voice. Some people were actually complaining about it. They said it was too close to Venom. And I was like, absolutely not. I know
Oh,
Tom
I
Hardy
like it.
does. I know Tom Hardy does the Venom voice, and I understand why they do it. It bothered me. This didn't.
No, I like it. I
Yeah,
thought it was hilarious when he's like, "Oh, the idiot's back."
idiot's back.
I
So
love
good.
it.
Let Mark in control.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Like that, like because I think at moments the show gets kind of gory and heavy, so to
Yeah.
have that kind of come in kind of grounds it. So I really like that.
Oh yeah, no, you have to have, especially if they're going to go brutal, if get even more brutal. I have no idea, but I'm assuming with some of the fight sequences that are going to be upcoming, you would have to add some type of humor element just to
Yeah,
tone it down a little bit.
yeah,
It is still Disney.
yeah.
I'm glad they're giving us this, but
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it's still Disney. So
Yeah, it's
the
great.
good thing about though, but also I forgot to mention, Disney did make the feature now to to add a not an adult version, but basically, and it's not by password either. It's a way to kind of filter out what your kids are watching because they put on the other series, the Defenders, the Daredevil,
Yeah,
the
all of them
Netflix series are on there,
came back.
and the
Yeah.
way they're getting away with it is because they made a new way to, I guess, either log in or something like that.
Yeah. And I don't, what is it? Am I thinking of this show where we're supposed to see the Punisher tie in? Which one was I thinking of that we're supposed to see the Punisher tie in come into one of these shows?
I don't know. I honestly, you could be right. You could be 100% right. I have no idea.
Yes.
Honestly, I thought with this one it would be like a blade, more of a blade tie-in.
I,
Um,
I was reading it. It's supposed to be like a Punisher supposed to tie into a current show. I want to say this one because it's got that like heavy.
well, I mean, let's break it down. Think about it. After this, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if they're what the order is, but you have pretty much after this on June 8th, you got Ms. Marvel, right?
Mhm. So
She-Hulk,
it can't be that.
right?
I don't know
She-Hulk.
if it's She-Hulk.
Yeah,
If it's
it's. I
Daredevil
mean,
tying in on that one.
if they're gonna tie Punisher, which I didn't hear, it would make sense for this one. No,
Not sure because I was reading something quick that there's supposed to be some type of Punisher tie-in,
I'm
but
gonna
I
look
wasn't
that up when we get
positive.
off when we
Yeah,
when we
we'll
yeah
look
when
it
we
up.
get off air because I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
It would be cool. We haven't seen Punisher since his own series on Netflix.
I want him back so bad. I would love to have him
Yeah,
back.
no, he
Yeah.
did a great job. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much. Again, it was only the first episode. I like what we got. I will be honest, and I'm not ashamed to admit, I did not even catch that the fucking goldfish only had one fin. I'm not gonna lie, I did not catch that. So when they were talking about when he went to the fish store and he's like, this one had a fin and a one fin the other day, and now it's got two, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't even notice that, but okay. Now I understand why the name of the episode was the
Goldfish
goldfish
problem.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
goldfish problem. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but like I said, there's a lot of things that are going on with him that you don't know if it's in his head. Days are jumping, and obviously that's either Mark taking over, and him losing himself, or like I said, there's just things that are going on. Like he's hallucinating. What did he really see? Is it Khonshu? How do you say the God's name? I feel like it's Khonshu.
I,
Anyway,
I,
the Egyptian god that was following him. He
yeah,
sees him
I
when
don't
he's on the
remember.
bus. He sees him in the street. You know,
I don't remember his name. I just know that the gods are called Enneads or something.
yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
I thought the god was Khonshu. But whatever, it
And
doesn't
I
matter.
didn't get the
Sure,
god's name.
me neither. God, what was your name? Um, yeah. So looking forward to episode 2. I'm sure you are too,
Oh
or
yeah.
as well. I don't want to say two twice. That sounded weird. And look, again, give it up for the actors. I think Oscar Isaac is killing it.
Yes.
Even Ethan Hawke. I know we only got very little of Ethan Hawke as Arthur Harrow, but I told you this before we went on air. I think with just the amount of airtime we got from Ethan Hawke alone, I'm thinking if I was to compile a top 10 uh, MCU what do you call it, iconic villains of all time, I'm probably going to put Ethan Hawke's Arthur Harrow in the top 10 icons. I don't know about you. I think well deserved. Hold on one second. We got a comment. Listener Jim, hello. Hello. Hey, Joe and Kitty. Just saw you were live. Love the first episode. Yeah, no, I
It's
did.
great.
We both did. Nothing bad can be said. As we said before you came on, Listener Jim, I think Oscar Isaac is killing it. I loved him as Stephen Grant. I loved the little we got of Mark Spector and of course Moon Knight. I was just saying that Arthur Harrow, Ethan Hawke's Arthur Harrow, really good way of starting the episode with the glass and the sandals. And I'm interested to see what more we're going to get from him.
Oh, I do also love I think it's a tie, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember, it's the boss is a tie back to the comics, but she's a different character.
Okay. You
And
talking about Donna?
yeah, Donna.
Okay.
And I love her. I think she's
He
hilarious.
really, he was really, yeah, he really does make a great bad guy. He does.
Yeah.
Iconic, I would say. Who else is in this? Well, no, you know what though? Because I'm going by characters that we haven't even seen yet. Wendy Spector, we haven't even seen yet. I'm looking at the IMDb cast list because I didn't want to either mispronounce or miss a character's name. And I was right though, because F. Murray Abraham, the one that does the voice, it says it right there as Khonshu. So it was Khonshu.
Okay, it's Conjure.
Yeah. And I'm probably gonna have to put you got to put Khonshu up there with the iconic villains.
Yeah.
I'm thinking no, seriously, just off the top of my head, you don't put you can't put Thanos there. No, you know what I mean? Mephisto.
Mephisto's got to make the list.
Yeah, of course, but it's a shame because we're only at 15. What happened?
I haven't even seen the dude yet
No, I
in
know.
live action.
We're only at 15 minutes, and is there anything else you want to say about the show?
No, I think it's great. And
All right.
I can't wait till Wednesday. I want to see it so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, listen, to Jim liked it, or actually, he loved it. We loved it. We love Oscar Isaac, and yeah, we can't wait for episode 2. So stay tuned. Once episode 2 drops, I don't know. Oh, are you traveling at all or no?
I am. I leave Sunday.
Okay. All right. So we'll try to get one on before Saturday then, if you're
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Definitely.
just with work, it's hard for me to plan shows now ahead of time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we got one last comment. I wonder if Mark made up Steven's whole back life story, never speaking to his mother, always voicemails. It's possible. It's possible that all those things that he's doing, a lot of people are saying this too, is to keep Steven in that loop. You know, the postcards, who's he leaving the voicemails to? Who does he think he's talking to? Number one. So that could be a made up number that Mark made up just to keep him in that loop, just to keep him, at bay. But, you know, I guess we'll learn more, and I'm sure we'll get more. I'm assuming I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking we're going to get some type of origin where Mark meets Khonshu and how he actually adopts this
I
power.
hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can only imagine we're going to get at least a scene of that nature of where he actually meets and how he's possessed, and or the deity or the entity, I should say, of Khonshu takes over. So I'm sure we're going to get some type of backstory or origin story for Mark Spector. So I can't wait for that. I want to see more Mark. Not that I don't like Stephen Grant and the British accent and whatever, but I do want to see more Mark because he's the main character for me.
It would kind of be nice for like each episode we see a different persona.
Yeah, no, that could work too. That could honestly, yeah, you can do an episode each because that leaves you 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, it leaves you with 3 left, and then you can tell even more of a story. You got 3 episodes left to tell a bigger story.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, yeah, I'm just interested to see where they go with this. What's it going to tie in? Like you said, you named Punisher. I don't know if that's a possibility.
I hope so. I don't remember what I read or what tie-in, but I know he's trying to tie in somewhere to come back. Yeah.
You could tie in Blade. You can tie in vampires. I don't know if they're going to mention or if Dracula is going to be an option, but I know that's up somewhere. Dracula. But that's why I already said Blade. So who knows? I think that's why I'm intrigued, and I always found, and I've said this so many damn times, whether it's the movies that we've seen or even the shows, I've always actually enjoyed the shows and movies of the characters that I don't really know much of.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to expect. My expectations can't get crushed because I don't know what to expect. And they usually do really good. So.
Yeah.
We're going to have 5 left. There's 6 total. So there's just 5 left. It's a limited series. So, yeah.
I think Kevin Feige does really good at reimagining. I know a lot of people go in with a lot of expectations of going, I want to stick to the source material, and that's what they like going into. But Kevin Feige does a really good job at taking the source material and kind of reinventing the wheel with the source material. And that's what I like.
Look, I get that source material is a big thing. It is. I mean, it literally is what a blueprint for either a show or movie could be, whether it's Star Wars, Marvel, anything that's either adapted or comes from a book or anything like that. That is what you use as like your model. Whether you do it, page for page, that's totally up to you. I think a reimagining is the better way to go. Because if I'm an avid comic book reader, minus the Easter eggs, I think Easter eggs are always important because it gives that type of fan something to be like, oh shit, I know that from the comics. Now, somebody like me who doesn't read the comics, it's going to go over my head, but it's not going to be pivotal to the story because it's just an Easter egg. So I don't mind if certain things are changed or twisted because
Yeah, and Kevin Feige also does really well on not only bringing in, like, when he's reimagining the source material, he's not only bringing in Easter eggs from the comics and other comics in relation,
yeah,
he's bringing in Easter eggs from other things. Like we had Avatar, either the blue movie Avatar and the
that's
last
great.
Airbender Avatar
Like
movie.
the blue people. That was
Yeah,
really yeah.
so we're getting Easter eggs from other like
Yeah.
nerdy things we also like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
No,
it's
that was cool. I honestly totally forgot about that Avatar
yeah.
line, but that was funny. I have loved all the Marvel shows so far. Same here. WandaVision was me the least favorite. Ooh, all these unknown characters have been great so far for me. Um, I don't know. No, WandaVision's pretty is up there for me, and I actually just did a rewatch like a month or two ago, and I loved it even more.
I actually think we should rank our favorite Marvel shows so far.
Okay,
That
I
would
can
be
do
fun.
that. I'm going to tell you right now, Hawkeye is probably going to be up there for
Oh,
me.
Def. I'm that's
Hawkeye is up there for me. Falcon and Winter Soldier is probably my least favorite. If I have to, I can probably structure. I would have to watch them all over again. I would have to structure it based on the fact that Hawkeye is definitely up. Don't know if it's the best, and Falcon and Winter Soldier is probably my least favorite. Yours is probably Loki.
yes.
Yeah, I know
Yes.
yours is Loki, but Loki was I liked Loki though, but yeah. But wait for them to come out because we're still getting. I don't know. Are we getting She-Hulk this year too? Yeah, right.
I believe so, and but I think we're getting Miss Marvel first,
Yeah,
right?
that's coming in June 8th. That's why I didn't know if we were getting another series before the end of the year.
Yeah.
We should. They got time, and we already know that they're going to release Star Wars and Marvel shows at the same time. They're just going to do one on Wednesday, one on Friday.
Yeah.
So they have a time slot for another Marvel series. So I'm assuming She-Hulk's going to come right after Miss Marvel. I'm hoping.
Hope
Can't wait
so.
for that.
I'm actually very like the last clip we got of Miss Marvel makes me really want to see Miss
It
Marvel.
was so good. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, not only because they had the weekend in it,
Mhm.
as the song in it, but it was just the way they did it. It looked like a
Mhm.
comic book. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was a really good. But is that the way the series is going to be with the bubbles?
I don't know. I hope so.
It would be actually a really cool concept if they did it. I don't know if it's just for the trailer or not, but so listener Jim likes Falcon and Winter Soldier actually the best. Then Loki, then Hawkeye. All right. Again.
I would kind of rank Falcon and Winter Soldier somewhere up there as well, listener.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I'd have to really think about this list a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But WandaVision is also up there for me.
Yeah.
Definitely not my least favorite. I don't know if it's the best, but it's definitely up there for me. I really have over the years grown to love Scarlet Witch a lot.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And I think what really, really solidified it for me, not just her series, but was that scene in Endgame, knowing that she could have just killed Thanos herself.
Mhm.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. No, and look, dude.
I loved her as a zombie, and I
Yeah.
didn't like that episode of What If.
Look,
So,
Bucky is one of my favorite characters.
oh,
Not my absolute
yeah.
favorite, but he's one of my favorites. So trust me.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Man, it's so hard to find an original good copy of the original Resident Evil game. Yeah, definitely wrong topic. Definitely wrong topic. What's up, Mystery? How are you?
Hi,
Uh,
Mystery.
I wish you had
But
a standalone movie. Well,
great game, great movie.
yeah, no, Resident Evil, the video game is great.
Mhm.
I
Fantastic.
don't know about the most recent adaptation. I think the most recent adaptation that came out was the more video game accurate. I just didn't think it was that good.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But the first Resident Evil, hands down, is brilliant. Love
yeah,
it.
no, the original Resident Evil games were really good. Yeah,
Mhm.
I actually liked 5, to be honest. I think Resident Evil 5 was good. But yeah. Anyway, either way, let's really quick. Let's go back to that. So I can't remember what we were talking about besides ranking our favorite Marvel shows. But yeah, I do want to see who they tie in. Like I said, whether
Yeah.
it's like you said, Punisher or Blade or Dracula or whatever else that they can actually put in this series. That's what I'm intrigued about because I don't know, and that's the other thing I said. It's the characters that I don't really know much of. It's their shows, because that's what we're saying. We're talking about adaptations and how I feel it's necessary to change things somewhat, because if you know, especially like let's say with the No Way Home, right? Or any other Marvel movie. If they
So
were, if they were going with a specific storyline in from a comic book, right? He goes to Mephisto to save Aunt May, right? Something like that, right? No, that's one of the comic lines.
yes.
He goes to Mephisto and he basically, I think the deal was him and Mary Jane couldn't be together, or their marriage broke up because of it, right? Now, if they did that and they didn't make an adaptation of it and switch it around, just take bits and pieces from each comic book series, you as a fan of comic books would be in the movie theater, be like, all right, well, I already know what's going to fucking happen.
Well, that's what I was about to say to you. So it's great, like having an actual movie or anything that follows a book or a comic is fantastic.
Yeah,
But do we really want something to actually kill original source material for us? I know I'm not really a big fan of that. Like the Twilight movies killed those books for me.
yeah. I mean, you could say the same, but whether it's killing or, I mean, look, Harry Potter changed things. If you read the
Yeah.
Harry Potter books, which I didn't, but if you read the Harry Potter books, some people weren't crazy about the changes that were made in the movies.
Well, that's what no, but I'm not saying not changing anything, like doing something strictly by the book. Like I know people are like, oh, we want something strictly by source material. Like
Yeah,
that would be superb. And it's just like even like let's bring up the Batman for a second. The movie The Batman
be
was taken
careful.
from different
Oh,
pieces of the source material,
be
different
careful.
source material. Okay.
Don't you dare say it was anything but number one. Don't
Stop
do
it.
it.
But anyways, I'm just saying, like, are you like are you can't pick and choose and say, oh, the Batman was great because it stuck to different pieces of source material, because it stuck to different pieces of source
Yeah, it
material.
wasn't just one storyline. Exactly.
Right. So it changed something.
Yeah, of course it did. Yeah.
And so again, so we are people, we are avid viewers we like something that sticks to something but changes pieces of something to make it better.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. You can't sit here and say because but that's why I say source material should be adapted, right? Because if you didn't adapt it to what the director, with either his style or his vision, if you're going to nitpick, right? If you're going to nitpick about a character, well, he's not comic book accurate, right? But then in the same breath, you can tell me you'd be okay if he was a sheep. You know what I'm saying? Well, but
Yeah,
you want to change that, which is fine. I don't care about that. But that's the whole point of adaptation,
right.
because you're staying somewhat comic book accurate, right? Because you don't want, whether it's costumes, which I think so far, I think Marvel's getting better. I think the older movies, I know a lot of people had gripes with
Oh,
the
absolutely.
way the way the heroes looked, right? So if you want to be comic book accurate on outfits, by all means, go ahead. I think some of the comic book outfits from like the golden age of comics are outdated, and they wouldn't look right. So they got to be a little bit more creative. But for the most part, I like the fact that they don't just stick to one storyline and they take bits and pieces and then they intertwine it and change it up to give the audience something fresh and something they're not going to expect. I think
Yeah.
that's key to storytelling.
Yeah, because it already looks like even what this show right here, from what I'm gathering, they've already changed the source material of his origins and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like we've already gotten that. The source
Yeah,
material's changed, but it's still comic book accurate. So it's good. You know
I
what I mean?
didn't want to miss this comment. I highlighted before, I didn't read it. Moon Knight was amazing, by the way. This episode totally slapped. I'm going to feel it till August. You got 5 episodes left to go.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was really good.
It
I
was
was expecting it to be good, but I didn't think I was going to like it that much. I really did.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I was just knocked out. I was like, wow, this was freaking amazing. Like
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
And that tease at the end, the very end when he transforms and
He
beats
looks
his.
so good too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't mind it. I know a few people didn't like either the look of him or the way he transformed, because they said, it was too it was too close to the way a mummy looked or whatever. But I thought that was what
I
it
thought
kind
he
of,
looked like what
yeah.
the mummy thing looked like. I thought it was kind of representative of what was going on.
If you
Yeah.
can rank Moon Knight in a top 10 or 15 best superhero costumes, where would you place it? I mean, are we talking about iconic superhero costumes or just regular superhero costumes? I don't know. But look, this Moon Knight costume is dope. I'm not going to lie. I don't know where I would rank it in top 10. If you're going just by superheroes, though, it would definitely be in my 15, though, I would think. Might even be in my 10. I liked it. I did. Where am I going to go? I mean, always my favorite. I'll tell you why. My favorite my favorite I just said it. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Always has been, you know. My favorite Spider-Man costume was always black Spider-Man costume, you
Oh
know. So like the symbiote costume. So that's always my favorite. I know it's plain. I know it's nothing, spectacular. No pun intended. But
But
yeah,
are you asking live action of what we've seen thus far?
yeah, we talking about look, all right, that's actually a better question. Yes.
Yeah.
Are we talking, Mr. E, are we talking simply of what we've seen on in movies or shows, or are you talking about just superhero costumes? Because that's actually a better way to rank them. Because he said regular, and I know I was busting your balls with the iconic one. I hope he sticks around in Marvel. I think he's only under contract for Moon Knight, so only so far. That's what they said. I was
Yeah.
very surprised. Him saying that he didn't want to get tied down. Now I don't know if he meant that as a joke because he's in bandages, and part of the show he's got shackles on his feet. So I don't know if he's just. Nah, I know he didn't mean that, but yeah, he didn't want to be tied down contractually. So
I
that
mean,
would
I get
suck.
it. I mean, there's a lot of people, like especially that's wearing any type of superhero garb right now to Disney, who are tied down to contracts for years,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, Chris
obligated to do
Evans.
like
Look
several
how
movies.
Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. They did these things
Hmm.
since 2008 and
Yeah. Scarlett
2011.
Johansson just got out of her contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's been in it since 2010.
Hmm.
So, it's a long time to be doing the same character. Not that they didn't do anything else in between. Of course they did. Chris Evans always kept busy. RDJ kept busy and whatnot. But I don't know. It would be a shame if this is all we were going to get from Moon Knight or Oscar Isaac, unless I don't know much about the character though, so don't make fun or don't hold me to what I'm about to say, unless somebody else embodies the character and they just get somebody else to do it. Like it's no longer Mark Spector that has it; it's somebody else. You know what I mean? And I don't mean his other personalities. I'm talking about somebody else gets embodied by Khonshu. So I don't know, but I wouldn't. I want Oscar Isaac,
Oh yeah.
not sexually. I want him to be Moon Knight. I wouldn't mind him seeing him in the actual movies.
Well, if he consents, I want Oscar Isaac sexually.
But I mean, yeah, well, that's up to you. I'll take Layla then.
You don't even know she
Uh,
looks
well, you know
like
why
I'm
though?
here.
Yeah, I can't help it. She's got me on my knees. What do you want me to do? It's Layla.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
Eric.
begging, darling, please. Like, dude.
All right.
Um. Also, too, superhero costumes. I can't overlook Iron Man. Some of those costumes, some of those suits that he
I
made.
don't know. I didn't like Iron Man. It was too clunky.
No, I loved Iron Man. I love some of his.
I like live action in the shows. The last Captain America costume we saw in Captain America and Winter Soldier
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Okay. I hope he can interact with Spider-Man or Daredevil down the road, or heck, even Black Panther. Well, whoever Feige chooses to be the next Black Panther. Yeah, and that's the thing. And also too, like, guys, fill me in. I know the name of the group. I just don't know exactly who's in it for sure. But isn't he part of the Midnight Suns, or is that somebody different?
What?
Is that Blade, Moon Knight? I thought it was Blade, Moon Knight, and somebody else. But who are the Midnight Suns in the comics? So, I mean, I think you need Moon Knight going forward.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, as far as Spider-Man and Daredevil, go back to Spider-Man and Daredevil. I want to see that interaction, especially since they met in No Way Home.
Oh
Spoiler
yeah.
alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. You
But
shouldn't
and
say.
don't forget we got Kingpin still, so there's a lot of things. You know, a lot of things happening. But as far as that costume, that's actually a really good question, but very hard to answer on the
Really
spot. I
hard.
would have to I would have to give that some thought. I will say this though. Moon Knight I've known as far back as the early 90s, and the only reason why, like 1990, was because that's when the Marvel trading cards were popular. You collect them, you get these fucking holograms. I have them, they're worth shit. Um, I see the other comment. I see Ghost Rider. I would love Ghost Rider, Morbius, Blade. Okay. All right. Well then that's them. Okay. But
Oh yeah, that's right. That's who you're talking about. The one with Morbius and yeah. Okay, I remember. I know you're talking about.
but as far as that's how far back I knew Moon Knight, because Moon Knight was obviously on the card, and I was always obsessed with his look, and I was always obsessed with his costume. So yeah, it would definitely be number 10 for me. In fact, I got this way before the series even came out. I got my Moon Knight pop.
He looks cool.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah.
So look, a lot of big things going to be happening in Marvel. A lot, a lot. We don't even. When's the next movie we're going to get? We still haven't gotten the Fantastic Four. We still haven't gotten X-Men. There's a lot of shit.
Yeah. We're waiting for whatchamacallit.
Oh, that's right. Fucking Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's coming out May 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets go on sale on Wednesday. Basically, all the supernatural characters think Justice League Dark. Gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah, that's a damn. Imagine they did the new Fantastic Four. What was it? Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Hulk. Was Venom in it? I can't remember. Who was the fourth one? Did I just say four? No.
Yeah.
Who
Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Hulk.
was it? Maybe it was Wolverine. It might have been Wolverine. I think Wolverine was the fourth. I have that comic, the new Fantastic Four. That was kind of cool. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but whatever. All right, guys. I tried to stretch it out to get a little bit more dialogue with you guys at home. Thank you, Mr. E, and listen to Jim.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, we love this episode. Can't wait for episode 2. It was really good. It was very enjoyable. The humor landed very well. Oscar Isaac is great. Ethan Hawke, the very little we've seen of him is really good. I can't wait to see more of him. And yeah, I'm stoked for episode 2. So thank you for joining in the chat. We will be back at some point this week.
Yep.
Later in the week, obviously, no later than Saturday. So be on the lookout for our episode 2 spoiler review. We got one last comment, then we're going to sign off. The only thing I know about them is from the Marvel Zombie comic. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. All right, Kitty. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Joe.
As always. It's been a while, but finally something's on to talk about, right?
Right.
That's all that matters. And we'll be on here soon to talk about episode 2. Until then, like Mr. Reese says, see you next
Bye,
time.
Mr. E.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining and have a good night. Thanks, listeners.